Right, welcome back everyone. Today we're in the shed and we're going to have a go at recovering this bike seat. It's off my TZR Yamaha and it's got a few little marks on it. There's a rip there and it's got a rip there and there's a bit of ripping at the front there. So I've actually got a new cover for it and we're going to try and give it a go at recovering it and see how we turn out. So let's get started. Right, so the actual seat cover I got actually come from eBay, as you can see. Apparently it was a new old stock one from a supplier, so I'm not sure. It looks about right. So first of all, what we're going to have to start off with is taking this original cover off here, and we're going to have to check the sponge underneath to see what the sponge is like. It still feels nice and padded, but it might be all rotten under there. When we take the cover off, it might just disintegrate. So let's get this off and see what it's like underneath. Right then, so let's turn this upside down. As you can see there, it actually looks like it's had a repair on there. So all this will be coming off and I'll be getting a new mechanism there. It was probably meant to have a spring there or something, but someone's just put a bit of wiring in there. So we're going to have to take all this out. We're going to get the cover off and I'm going to give this base a nice clean as well. These staples are really rusted and corroded in there, if you can see. They're well and truly rusted. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the original one, to be fair. But so we're going to have to get all them out. I've got a selection of tools here. I've got a little pair of snippers, some long nose pliers and a flat screwdriver, hopefully to get under some of the staples. But we're just going to it has started peeling away on this side here, so I'll just what we might have to do is just prise the cover off and then just go round after picking the staples out. But it is well and truly on there. Yeah, the staples, some of them are just shearing off. So what I think I'll do is I'll just put you on a bit of time lapse while I go around this, because I could be here for about 5 or 10 minutes trying to get this off. So let me just put you on a bit of time lapse. Right then, I reckon that's all the staples removed now. I say removed, not removed from the actual body, but removed from the seat cover. It's really hard and brittle, this. So hopefully this should just peel off now. There we go. And that's just come off nicely. So yeah, it's well overdue a change. You can see the rip in the middle there, and it is very it just tears now. So you can see it's just ripping for the. It's seen too much weather, so that's that one gone. The foam is actually not in bad condition. It's still nice and soft. It's not crumbling. Gonna leave that. It seems alright actually. Remember, I'm no expert at this, but what I'm going to do now is just take the foam off. Yeah, the foam's actually, it's not too bad. What I'm actually going to do now is I'm just going to whip these seat mechanisms off. Last staples out. I won't bother showing you that because it's a bit of a tedious job. And we're going to get this base all cleaned up underneath. So give me a minute and I'll come back to you. Right then, so welcome back. I've actually given it a clean now. I've got all the staples out. I've took all the seat mechanism off. I probably won't put that back on in this video. I just want to get the seat retrimmed because I will get all these brackets all shot blasted and repowder coated again. and I've got to change the seat lock anyway because we've got a lock set for this bike. I will look out for a new set of these rubbers as well, because the front ones seem to have perished a little bit, so they should be pretty readily available. Yeah, it's not turned up too bad. The wife weren't too happy because I took it inside and cleaned it in the bathtub, so with a bit of a Lynx shower gel. I didn't want to be putting chemicals in the bath. So it's turned up alright, it smells nice. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put the foam back on, and I've never done this before, so if you see me doing something wrong, it's also all a learning curve for me. If it don't work, I can take it back off and try again, or I can get it sent off somewhere, but you got to be in it to win it, ain't you? So I presume start at the top there. I don't know if this would be better a bit heated up or a bit of heat on it or what, I'm not too sure. So I've never done nothing like this before. And I presume it is the right seat cover. It was advertised for the right bike. Right, so what I've actually got now is I've got this little staple gun, and I'm just going to give it a go at trying to pull it tight and getting some staples in it. So right, so I'm going to stick on a bit of time lapse while I whiz round this. Right then, as you would have seen from that little bit of time lapse, I went right round that with the staple gun, and I did whack a load of staples in there because I didn't want this coming off. I'm quite happy with that for a first attempt. I think once it's back on the bike and it starts getting sitting on, it will pull itself together where it needs to be. There is just one last job I need to do on it, but I'm not going to do it in this video because I haven't got the right barrel yet, and that's it should have a hole there which I've just got to knock in there, and that'll be a seat release hole, just something like this one on this here. So it just needs that putting in, and they don't come with these, you have to do these yourself. I did check into that because I thought this might not have been a part, but they don't actually come with a hole, so I suppose it's all to do with stretching it. The hole will never be lined up if it was pre-drilled. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, how that's turned out. I think this cost me about 15 quid, I think. It looks nice and clean underneath now. Plenty of staples in there holding that. So you might think it looks rubbish, but I'm happy with it. For the sake of buying a new, well, you can't buy a new seat now for these. You can buy them already recovered. I think they're going for about 60 to 70 pounds. So I thought for the sake of 15 quid, I'll have a go myself. And I'm happy how it's turned out. Actually, it's better than I expected. So I need to look into these mechanisms now, because I say this ain't original. That's not factory. So I need to see if I can get a new one bolt, or just a new spring that's going to go in there. I should presume it is a spring. So if you agree, that looks 100 times better than that. Yeah, I'm really happy how it's turned out. I didn't apply any heat. I thought I might need to, but you might all say in the comments down below you should have put a bit of heat on that. But I've got a nice bit of stretch on that. I'm really happy with it. And I think I'm going to leave it here for this little video. And hopefully the next one will be in the polytunnel, starting to tear the bike down into some bits so we can get started on cleaning, painting, prepping and everything, ready to get it all put back together again. But that's going to be a way off yet. That's not going to be done in the next month. We're going to have to do that in stages. First thing I want to do is get everything stripped off the frame and get the frame sent off to get blasted and powder coated, because it's just too big for my dad's oven, that is. So that's going to be getting sent away. I've got a friend that does it, So he's going to look after me on that. I really appreciate all the feedback on the new channel name. I've had a lot of good feedback and positive comments on that. I need to get the stickers ordered now. I've been looking on the online where to get some done, because previously I did speak to, when I had the Scrap It Man ones done, I did have Mr. and Mrs. Diesel do them, but what I've gathered now is they're just taking a step back from it at the minute. So if you know anyone else out there, I have looking at one company that Igor from Cars Exposure sent me. I got them to have a look at and get a template made just to see what I think. But if there are any other YouTubers out there that can recommend someone, drop it in the comments down below and I'll happily have a look at that. But I'm going to leave it here for this one. So this is how I retrimmed my bike seat. If you've got any advice how I could have done it better, drop it in the comments down below. I'm always willing to learn, and I'm going to leave it here. Until next time, we'll see you about.